Former Maryland two-term Republican Governor Larry Hogan is looking to do something not done in his state since 1987, become the first Republican there elected to the Senate. Standing in his way is Prince George's County, Maryland Executive Angela Alsobrooks, who has made access to reproductive rights a centerpiece of her campaign. Let's bring in former Maryland Governor and Republican candidate for Senate, Larry Hogan. Governor, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Maryland, we know, is deep blue, and while you won the governor's race twice, Angela Alsobrooks has made it clear your victory could decide who has the balance of power in the Senate. What's your response to Democrats who love what you stand for but don't want Republicans gaining control?
Well, we're feeling pretty confident that we're going to have an awful lot of Democrats cross over and split their tickets, just like they did for me in 2014 and 18. Frankly, I don't think there's much of a chance of me being the one that flips the Senate, but I think I will be the one that's the most outspoken voice that'll stand up to the extremes of my party and the other party, and I think that's what the people of Maryland respect me for. I think the people of our state know me after 8 years of being governor, and I'm hoping that we'll pull off the biggest surprise upset in America tomorrow.
You've said you would be a pro-choice senator. Would that include pushing for the next president to veto a national 15-week abortion ban?
Well, absolutely. You know, I've always stood up for a woman's right to choose. When I ran for governor, I promised I would do that, and I delivered on that promise for 8 years. And I've said I would co-sponsor a bill to codify Roe so that no one can come between a woman and her doctor in any state. But
you would be against doing away with the filibuster to do that?
No, I wouldn't be in favor of doing away with the filibuster because I don't agree with both Donald Trump and my opponent both want to get rid of the filibuster so they can jam things through on a one-vote partisan basis. And I'm a big believer in bipartisan cooperation and making sure that we can reach across the aisle to get things done together.
Your successor had some tough words about you on the airwaves over the weekend. Let's listen.
I do think it's rich that Larry Hogan's asking people to have political courage that he doesn't have. It is fascinating to me that he's asking people to be split-ticket voters, but when you ask him who he's going to vote for president, he has repeatedly selected people who are deceased. You know, because he says in this moment, despite Donald Trump being an existential threat, that he is not going to vote for Kamala Harris.
What's your response, Governor?
Well, my response is that I've really never voted for anyone that I didn't believe in. And, you know, I've been one of the loudest voices in my party for 8 years speaking out against Donald Trump. But, you know, I know that the current governor is a big supporter of my opponent, but I don't pay a whole lot of attention to the things he says when it comes to politics.
But in terms of his response that you vote right in people who are deceased, do you have any response to that? Is that what you intend to do tomorrow?
No, I'm just not going to vote for either one of those two candidates. And, you know, I did vote in the previous election. I wrote in Ronald Reagan because I think I want to try to get my party back to those kinds of values, and I don't support the MAGA agenda.
Who do you intend to write in tomorrow?
I'm not sure I am going to write anybody in, but I'm going to do like a lot of people in America that don't feel that either one of these two are the best choices for president.
Former Governor Larry Hogan, thank you. And we should mention we did reach out to Angela Alsobrooks' campaign. They declined our invitation.